Hi, fourth graders. Today we're going to talk a little bit about place value and ways to represent words and also how to round numbers. So a lot to do today. What I want to look at first is some different ways that we can write numbers. So one of the ways that we write numbers, and the most common way, is we call it standard form. In standard form is just writing the number the normal way. So this number in standard form, 2,673. Another way we might write a number is in word form. So if I wanted to write that number in word form, I would just write the words out, 2,673. One thing that we practiced last week was writing numbers in expanded form. In expanded form, we break the number apart. 2,000 plus 600 plus 70 plus 3. And it's really important to use these zeros to show the value of each of those numbers. Finally, we could write it in place value form, where it's doing the same thing as expanded form, but just using words. 2,000s, 600s, 710s, 3 ones. All of those are the same way of saying the number 2,673. In your math workbook, the next page you're going to be doing is section 3-8, and it says write numbers in different ways. Now what I did, and this is a good strategy, is I went through and I highlighted which form it wanted me to give the answer in. Like this says, write each number in expanded form. Well, I highlighted expanded form so I'd remember. Write numbers in standard form. Again, I highlighted standard form. Write each number in word form. Write each number in standard form and in place value form. And finally, at the bottom, it says, write the value of the underlined digit. So in the number 756, they have the 5 underlined. What is that 5 worth? What is the value? Well, it's worth 50. So that's how you do the first page of your assignment. The second page involves doing some rounding. Now, rounding numbers is when we try to get it to the nearest 10, 100, or 1,000. The way we do that is by looking at the digit that's closest to the end. So if we were rounding to the nearest 10, and I had the number 92, I'm rounding it to the nearest 10, so I'm going to go right next door to the ones to see, do I round it up to 100 or down to 90? Well, if it's a 2, I round it down. If it's a 5 or up, I round it up. So if I have 92, is that closer to 90 or 100? Well, it's closer to 90. What if I had the number 147 and I wanted to round to the nearest 100? Well, if I'm rounding to the nearest 100, I need to go right next door to the tens place to see if I should round up to 200 or down to 100. What do you think? If there's a 4 in the tens place, do you think I round up or down? You're right. I round it down to 100. Let's try one more together here. This one I'm going to round to the nearest 1,000. If I have the number 3,856, and I want to round it to the nearest 1,000. So I want to think, is it closer to 3,000 or 4,000? I'm going to look next door, and we have an 8. 8's closer to rounding up, so it will actually go up to 4,000. On the next page of your packet, it says represent each number in different ways. So it's different ways of showing the number. And then you need to do some rounding at the bottom. Round to the nearest 10, round to the nearest 100, round to the nearest 1,000. The last thing that you need to do today for your math work is, it says the next page says 3-8 homework. And it's just basically doing a review of what we just did. Now on the back, it says 5-minute adding frenzy. There are a bunch of numbers going down and a bunch of numbers going across. So you're going to use it like a grid to do addition facts. So if it is 1 on here, then you go over, okay, 1 plus 2, and then you would write the answer equals 3. Or 4 plus 9 is 13. So those are your 4 pages that you need to do for your assignment today. I will either be, if you are coming to school tomorrow, I will correct it in school tomorrow. If you are at home all week, then I will touch base with you on Friday and make sure that you got it all done and didn't have any questions about it. Okay, bye.